Hi, welcome back to the breadboard, and we are continuing our build of the gantry. In the last video we built basically this U section of the gantry with the Y rails and the back with the motor mounts, and we assembled that. What we're going to do in this video is complete the X part of the gantry with its N mounts, XY mounts, and install the MGN12 linear rail and install all of this onto the actual U-frame. So where we left off, going down here, was basically here. We had just finished assembling this, and now what we want to do is the XY joints. So I have those laid out on the bench here. Got the bolts we need, 6 of these M5x40s, a bunch of nuts. We have our end pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have our flanged bearings, some toothed idlers, and some washers. So, going back to the instructions, first thing is we need to put in the M5 nuts into the frames. So that's on the back side of both of these. Let's move these pieces out the way a little bit. And so we'll pop those in. Now I find the easiest way to put them in is to thread them slightly onto a nut and then use the nut to push it down into the hole. So we will put a little dab where we have a super glue to keep it in place. You can see on my prints I didn't have the most perfect print on the bed this time around, but cosmetic, it will be fine. Let's take our nut and we'll put a little dab of super glue on the nut and shove it in the hole. Put a bit of glue on these too, just to stop them falling out, even though they are nylox. Make sure you don't get any inside the threads. Would make for a bit of a bad day. Okay, that's that done. So for the one with a notch on, we're going to put a bolt through. This is the other mating part. It's got a little notch on the end of it. And we're going to put an M5x40, which I have right here, and we're going to set up a stack on it. Okay, let's get back to the view. So here's the piece we need. It matches this one. You can see there's a notch in here as well. So we're going to put an M5x40 through in the, let's get the right one. One in nearest the notch, looks like. One just in front of it. Bit clearer once you look at it upside down. So there we go. Now we need to do our standard stack. If you remember what I said in the previous video, washer, bearing, bearing, washer. Then we will put the top piece on. Now you have to make sure these go the right way round. You can see here that's the part to go on the extrusion, and there's the matching part for the extrusion. And when we turn this over, you'll see that there's a bit of a recess here where the bearing idler is going to go. So we have this overhang which is going to be connecting to the Y rail, to those trucks on the rail. So push this together. Don't want to push out the nut, and we just screw this into the nut, basically like that. Not quite lined up. There we go. Now obviously when the rest of these go in, it's going to be a lot tighter. So that's that done. We've got the cable path running all the way down, as you can see. And we scroll down, we put the other 2 bolts in. We hold this the correct orientation for the page. You can see here we've got the 2 holes off to the left, the cable run at the back, and we're going to drop in our idler. There's no washers or anything else, it's just the 20-tooth idler. So our bolt is going to go, idler is going to go in here, and the bolt actually sits on top of the idler by the look of it. Surprised there's no washer in there. Oh, this one is not a nut. This one is screwing directly into plastic. It's still an M5x40, but we are screwing into the plastic, so it's going to be a little more screwing involved than normal. And this socket head is actually not even going to be gripping this top piece of the bearing. Sorry, it's going to be going straight on the bearing. So it's going to go through the top piece of the 3D print. It's not too tight so far, so it's spreading nicely. Let's just adjust this so that it fits in the hole. Now you don't want to go lam it up too tight. You just want to be probably tight enough that it's not going to be rattling up and down right there. Get that out. You can see it's sunk in a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. This doesn't rattle around. Tiny bit of play. It's going to spin nicely. So that's that piece done. And it looks like we're putting in this bolt as well, based on looking at the picture. Right, you can't see what I'm pointing at. This one here, there is nothing. It just goes right through and connects to the bolt on the other side. There are no bearings or anything, so it's most definitely probably what you would call structural. I'll screw that into the nylock. Alright, that's nice and tight. We have one more bolt to go in now. That one goes through here, and that one is also structural, I guess. Holds this whole sandwich together. There's nothing in between. Right, that's all nice. It's a pretty solid piece here, which is obviously it's going to need to be. I need 2 more M5x40 bolts, because I guess there's 4 of them. I missed one. And basically, I bet you we're going to do the exact same thing, almost, with the other one. This is the right, so we just did the right joint, and this one is going to be the left joint. So, same thing applies. Get the orientation right. So, that way. I'm going to put it in, not there, just double check my reference here a minute. That's going to go like that. That's going to go through the one with a hole in right off the bat. Well, looked a little weird, but it's correct. So here we need to build our stack. So washer, bearing, bearing, washer. And this one is going to be screwing into plastic. Not plastic. It's going to be screwing into that nut. I guess it's different enough, you got to pay attention. Diagrams are pretty clear though, so we screw this into the nut. Again, don't over tighten. And once we've done that, keeping the picture right, so we've just done this back idler. And if we look at our picture here, it's at the back, and now we have to put in the toothed idler in the front here. So in here, that's where the toothed idler is going to go. So that's going to drop in there, and this one excuse me, is going to be screwing into plastic. So again, we don't want to go overly tight. And we have one here and one here that are both structural. Alright, and this is the left joint. So when we look at that, they're going to be like this. Okay. That's both of these assembled. One bearing up, one bearing down, one toothed idler down, one toothed idler up. And the right hand side one is going to be the one with the cable routing in it. So, going back to the documentation, scroll down a little bit. Next thing is we got to prep the rail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, however many it takes, M3 T-nuts. We go grab some more of those, and we'll get on with that. Okay, so according to this, we put the MGN rail on. Now the number of T-nuts on here depends on the length of your rail, and I'm doing a 350, so mine's a little bit longer. And we're using M3x8 socket head screws. Got lots of those on the table ready to go. And we'll flip back to that view in a moment. I got 8 T-nuts. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll see. And we need our MGN12 alignment fixtures that will help us align on the linear rail, and we will not need any inserts. Let's switch to the overhead view. So you can see here, let me get this out the way, that our rail, the MGN12, is much wider, so it has no issues sitting on here. According to the instructions, we need 15 millimeters at each end. Let's get the T-nuts in first though. So alright, so we're going to leave a 2 gap in the middle, starting from the very ends. Have them all nice and lined up. I guess we should measure the 15 millimeters first. And good. Alright, so now we can throw the screws in. I'll just move these stops so that we don't lose the carriage, but we still can get all the screws in that we're using. Okay, they're all in loose. Let's just put this on so I can still move this a little bit either way. So if we put this on, we'll be able to get it nice and centered before I tighten them all up. And one on the end. Now we just nip all of these up. Because it's an MGN12, we don't need those little printed spaces underneath that I did for the Y and Z carriages. Just run all the way along. In case you're wondering about all the scratches. Kittens. Gotta love them. But they certainly do a number when they're getting playful. And there we are. Nice and done. So that's all good. I guess I should double check my distance. 15 and 15. So that's good. So now we're ready for the next step, which is, let's go have a look, more M5 T-nuts. Holes towards the outside again. And on the opposite side, one on each end. So now we stick the relevant pieces on. Now if you notice, this one has the little notch in, this one does not. This one has the tooth idler high up, this one has the tooth idler low down. Tooth idler high up, tooth idler low down, bearings up, bearings down, cable notch. So no harm in double checking you got them the right way around. So M5 by 10s, M5 by 16s. So the right side, because it's got that extra piece of plastic on, needs the M5 by 16s. And the other side needs M5 by 10s. Grab some more out of my little supply cabinet. Okay, time to assemble all of this. So we have all our pieces ready. I don't have the M5 by 30 button heads. I have some regular cap head, but again cosmetic, not anything else other than that, so I can use these instead until I get some, if I choose to replace them at a later date. Got some washers, got my M5 by 10s, N5 by 16s, my shims. Looks like everything that's required I have here. So we do need to leave them slightly loose apparently. Lightly tighten the bolts. And that's pretty much it. So we'll just put this together as it shows. And you should find that these will push right home. So left hand side M5 by 10s. The reason you don't want these too tight right away is because they're going to be used when you start setting the alignment of the carriage. You'll need to potentially widen or narrow this. Right now I've got it as narrow as it will go, but nevertheless. So we have our right hand side piece, which has got the cable management on it as well, which is hence the reason you need longer bolts. Let's make sure my bolt holes are lined up in here. They are. Now we get these two bolts through here. So again, not tight. That's those two. Now we need an M5 by 30 with a shim through the bottom. That's a long hole to get down to. Let's make sure I'm lined up. That one is. And that one is. And they want a washer on here so that it spreads the load a little bit. Again, not too tight because we're going to want to be able to adjust it. And do the other end. Glad I can just get this in frame. Lightly snugged up. Now, if we go down on the picture, we'll be able to verify that's what we've got. So, idler at the bottom, bearing at the top, idler at the top on the right hand side, and bearing at the bottom. Idler at the top, bearing at the top on the left, tooth idler at the bottom, tooth idler at the top, bearing at the bottom. Exactly what the doctor ordered. So, we are good to continue. Yes, now we have to put it onto the gantry. That's going to be fun. So let's clear some space. Next step, screwing the X carriage onto the gantry. So position the gantry with the motors to the back and up. Then we position the X carriage with the, looks like I got that the wrong way around, cable guide to my left and drop it down. Now onto this we put 2 screws in this end and 4 screws in this end. So I didn't have any M3 by 16, so I just nipped out in the garage and ground down some M3 by 20s. Didn't take a moment, and we're all good as golden. So let's get these in their places. Probably easiest to get one screwed in first on each side. That way they can align a little easier. So get the back 2 on here. And now we'll get the second one in. I did a few extras. I'm not sure if I need more, but did them anyway. There's no washers or anything on those, so let's just get them all in. Doesn't have any particular instructions about not doing it too tight. Oh, sorry, not tightening it down. You wouldn't want to do it too tight because you'll just grind into the plastic. So that's those done for now. According to that part of the instructions. So we've got 4 screws here, 2 screws here, all M3 by 16s. So the next step, I guess that's what they think is the next step, is to mount it onto the frame. So we'll keep that for another video, keep this one short. So we're pretty much ready there now to go on to frame mounting. The remaining bolts will be installed during the end stop installation. Okay, we haven't talked about that yet. These 4 go in. I guess these can be tightened down because it's this bit that will be determining squareness and things. So let me just nip these down and we'll call it quits for now, and the next video will be installing this onto the frame, so that'll be fun. Nice bit of progress here tonight. Anyway, we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.